Since my childhood, I have always wondered, what is this life I am living? I have been an eccentric kid in my class. When my classmates used to play on the playground, I would sit at a distance and gaze at them, not knowing what is happening. I would be lost thinking about the cosmos, the solar system, and the unknown. I have always felt that I do not belong here, as if I'm a witness to this play, but my mind was too young to recognize these feelings and put them into words. I have constantly asked this question, why am I supposed to study? Why am I supposed to achieve something? Why am I supposed to be either a doctor or an engineer or an MBA graduate? Why are people feeding information into my head? Why are they expecting me to live the life they want me to live? Why can't I find my own answers? Nobody answered these questions. Maybe they do not have an answer. So I followed the herd, blinding myself from my own intelligence. But at the age of 23, something significant happened. I never knew that this will change my entire life. I was working as a professional illusionist in a cruise ship in the US. I was performing at a wine bar post-dinner. It was a close-up magic show, and there were about 30 to 40 people who were watching my performance. I just finished my performance and I received a thunderous round of applause from the audience. That night, the energy which was radiating from the audience was immense. And then they slowly started to leave. Eventually, the whole room was empty. Somehow, I observed something interesting. I observed the gap between the audience giving me a huge round of applause and then that emptiness and silence occupying the room all of a sudden. That gap suddenly put me into the now and here. I became aware of the entire room, the entire wine bar. I became aware of the bartender, the way she was cleaning the wine glasses and rearranging them in order. I became aware of the way the cloth was removing the dirt off the wine glasses. I became aware of the lights in the room steadily and constantly glowing. I became aware of the electricity which is running through the roofs and making the lights glow. I became aware of the ventilator slowly releasing cool, thin air. I became also aware of my own table on which I was performing magic. I realized that all the atoms of the table, all the atoms which comprise the table, were behaving exactly the way they were supposed to behave to sustain the nature and form of the table. And then I realized that the entire room, everything is behaving the way it's supposed to behave, atomic level, you know. This suddenly expanded my awareness further up. I started looking at myself from outside the ship, a bird's eye view of myself. And I realized I'm in a ship which is a floating city. There are about 6,000 to 7,000 people on this ship. Some people are drinking, some people are gambling, some people are smoking, some are fighting, crying, some are having sex, some are navigating the ship, some are running the engine. There is electronic, electrical, mechanical process going on in the ship. And then there is people who are cleaning the ship. There are minute things like drainage, that there's so many things are happening on this ship alone in this moment. It was overwhelming for me to realize this, that in this moment, just in this ship alone, so much activity is happening. And then my awareness further expanded. If in this ship alone so much activity is happening in this moment, I just imagine the universe, the infinite scope of the universe, the entire universe. So much is happening in this moment. I started looking at myself from the universe, a bird's eye view from the universe at myself. You know what? I felt really sad, realizing the fact that I am insignificant. All my life, I was treating my mind, my mental drama as so significant. Then all of a sudden it all shattered. I realized that I am so insignificant. I have never been aware of the infinite scope of the universe. This was my spiritual awakening, and it was, I would say, an overwhelming feel. It was a slight panic which I had, because there was a big question which was in front of me after I realized all this. The question is, who am I?